John F. Kennedy used to doodle on the side of his pages as well. And he used to do some drawing. So then I kind of got a little more involved and started taking drafting in high school and, learning more technical parts. But then just free form drawing, which are on Etsy right now. And that was early on. And then I was fortunate enough to get introduced to Alexander Calder, whose artworks, his giant mobiles and stables, were fabricated at Waterbury Iron Works, where my father and my uncle were involved as owners and worked there with all the technicians. And they were building giant sculptures. And I got to go down there and play around and weld up some small pieces. And it was like, oh my God, it was another world. It was like fantasy world. So, it was very fortunate that you get to see a master and who was selling works at the Whitney Museum. And I went to his studio in Roxbury, Connecticut, where they had giant stabiles on the lawn. And in his studio, he had a million different drawings, paintings, sculptures all over the place. So it was very inspiring. And, at that age, you're not sure, okay, I'm doing this, but is it any good? And then I started doing art shows and got some recognition and honorable mention or best in show, and went to the Audubon show down in New York City and won a ribbon or, a second, third place, whatever. So you start realizing you have some talent, and then it becomes free flowing and you start expressing things through your heart and healing people. I like to do my work and kind of surround it with a little robe of light that heals people. And people pick out certain drawings or paintings, sculptures that they like. And you could tell they kind of bond with it, if you will. So it was fortunate enough that there was another artist, Peppino Mangraviti, who was a professor emeritus at Columbia University, who had a studio in Connecticut as well. And I went to see him, and he had Chagall's, Braque's, Picasso's on the walls that he had gotten as gifts because they used to hang out together in Europe. And so you got to really feel the flavor of really talented, masters, if you will. My brother-in-law is the curator or whatever for the Matisse Foundation. And he's so all these little connections kind of put you in place with the art world. And I grew up in Connecticut, which was close to New York City. So I used to go down on the train when I was 16 years old and go to all the art galleries and go to see Thelonious Monk and John Coltrane and the like, which was very fortunate to have that center close by. So that's kind of how I started. And the rest, you just, have to practice and master your craft. And, it takes time to do that to where you feel it's the way you see it in your mind, and then produce it.